Good morning, Carla, Lenny. Julie, the answer is coffee, by the way. Vin, Bob, Fred, Chip, JB. Good morning, Ed. How's everybody doing this morning? Glad everyone's here. So it looks like the market is on the bullish side today. Good morning, Nathan. A little bit on the bullish side today. Let's see if it holds up. That's going to be the big thing. This is going to be a crazy week. Triple witching, I believe, on top of everything. It looks like Wednesday we kick off CPI numbers, EIA numbers, the important ones, jobless claims, PPI, retail sales, industrial production. Those are the biggies. Those are the important ones. And then we're going to get, hear from the feds and whatnot. So it's going to be kind of a crazy week. So let's just keep that in mind. There's always something in trading. I'll tell you, it's always a new day. It's a different color every day. Hey, good morning, Bob. Yes, I agree with you. Go Tesla. So let's start with that. Well, we better start with the SPY here before we get excited, right? So right now, it looks like price has jumped back over the trend indicator. Looks like we're challenging that 50-period moving average again. It still looks like we are trying to keep that low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low going. If it weren't for the way this morning is popping up, what I may have mentioned it on a video to you yesterday. Can't remember if I mentioned this, that I dropped my line down a little bit to 442.80. Below that, I think we're going to get a little bit crazy, maybe, but it seems like we're going the other way. So just drawing this trend line here and extending it up, that is kind of a stretch away. What I was looking at is if we couldn't hold, that would be Thursday's low, and we came down into here. That's probably not where you want to be if you're a bull. However, if you're a bear, you'd be in heaven right in here. So, but it looks like we're moving the other way right now. Of course, it has to hold, okay? So we'll keep an eye on that toward the end of the day. All right, now let's go look at that Tesla. Tesla's working out. I got a glimpse that they received an upgrade or something. I don't know much about that, but I just got a glimpse pouring coffee this morning. I heard something. You can look at the chart pattern, and the chart pattern has, outside of that 50-period moving average, maybe giving a little heartburn right here. The chart pattern has been very nice little pennant, a low to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high, higher low. We've got a nice morning star in there. So that's, that set this up. Very nice chart. Last week I had asked, I think I did anyway. I'll tell you, I get a couple of days with weekend full of grandkids and my mind goes spacey. If we go to a naked chart here, if you didn't have that 50-period moving average and all you had was price action and lines you could physically draw on there, I think what you would have to do is probably put a line about right here. I'm going to use that high. I would love to use that low. We're going to use these top of these candles right in here. So that's going to make for the first target. After that, there's a chance to fill the gap in. But what happens is we throw charts in there with, moving averages and other indicators, and it might twist us around a little bit. So far, this has worked out pretty good. Yes, Bob, I am holding my TSLL, which is the ETF for TSLA, Tesla, and that's looking pretty good here. So let's rock on. Yeah. All right. So if you received an email, we talked about this weekend. If you received that email, we talked about, or that video, I should say, we talked about Telray a little bit. I explained my plans on Telray, and where the confirming would be. It's confirmed for the watch list. I think we just need to confirm a little bit more higher, around that 320. Another one was Walmart. This is a confirmed buy, looking for about 170 as a target. We've broken out. We're holding that breakout, and now it looks like we're putting in a nice inside day here. This might make a nice 3-8 trap entry. And I think the other one was Coin. Take a look at Coin. Now, Coin is certainly buyable in this area. Confirming price is going to be over 86.15 here. But what a beautiful chart setting up here. So I may be dabbling in some Coin and then a bigger buy on that breakout. A couple charts I noticed this morning. What were they? Oh yeah. If you're into the bottoms, if you're into the bottoms of things, this DOCN, nice candle Friday. Thursday was a nice candle, and it seems like it's holding up here. So this might be one to keep an eye on. Put it on that watch list. Wait for that, that confirmation that you're gonna whatever it is you need to buy. And some people buy. Well, some people have multiple mechanisms to buy. Some people have that, well, you're going to buy it right now because it's above 50% of that candle. Some people are going to wait till it breaks out over the T-line or the previous candle. Some people are going to wait till it moves up and pulls back, and then we see a buy candle. Now, if you're confused on what to do, please shout out in the room after the market opens, and let's talk about this, okay? This would be a great conversation to try to figure out what's best for you, because what's best for, say, Thomas there, not exactly best for Bob C, and vice versa. So, Google, here, check out QCOM. So, might have to start watching some QCOM here. I'm not interested in buying it down here at all. I look at the weekly chart, and I see a whole lot of just construction down here. Now, I'm not overly interested. There's a nice 12% to the 200 period moving average up here. That's a pretty junky chart. I think there's better charts out there. But if that's your trade, that's your trade. So I'm going to be watching QCOM for over 126.10 at very minimum. And more than likely, it's going to have to pull over these candles here. So this is going to require a little time sitting in the watch list before it gets prime time for me personally. I say, it's certainly tradable if that's your thing. Not quite my thing. So I think I'll wait, but it sure is acting good today so far, which it's just the morning time. So let's see how it finishes out, and QCOM may be on that list for a buy. Hey, Bob C., how you doing? You're looking at Fubo again? Let's look at that. Yeah, Fubo. Man, that's a gorgeous chart. Look how that thing has rallied up. We've got that inside day, that box, trap, whatever you want to call it. You can put your lines where you want. I'm going to put it around that big top candle, come down here to the trendicator, because that's my buying area. Sometimes here, sometimes there, sometimes in the middle. Just depends on the market and where I see it. But that's looking great. Low, high, a little bit of consolidation, and I say that in a positive way, and we rally up. The sellers had a chance to knock it down. Even on this day, they had a chance to knock it down with that gap down open here, but the bulls brought it back up on, Thursday. Friday just held, really didn't do anything, and today we're right in here. So I'm liking that Fubo. Thanks. And you bought more on the pullback. Nice, very nice. Let's see. Here, let's take a look at Nokia. So Nokia is a little $4 stock. This may be a great stock trade opposed to a option trade. But if if there's options on it, I haven't even looked, you can certainly trade options. It's becoming a rounded bottom breakout. Price is over the 50 SMA. The T-line's over the 50 SMA. And it's not going to take much for the trend indicator to get over the SMA here today, or maybe tomorrow, but it's not going to take much for that. Nice gap up here. It's acting great. Nice little pullback. 3/8 trap right now. Nokia's looking great. Absolutely great. So that's another one that we ought to keep an eye on. Microsoft. Look at Microsoft here. Beautiful. Broke out of the 50 period moving average and held, came back a little bit, held the T-line, the trend indicator. Nice little pullback. More importantly, I'm going to use this candle. I'm going to go back in time and use this candle. And let's just put the buy box in there. Let's go a little higher. There we go. And we're going to go right down to the trend indicator right here. Okay. Now, can you see how that could have been bought inside that box? Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We'll look at one more, and then I have to call it a morning. Take a look at Uber. Uber's setting up very nice to challenge this high up here. Probably what I find more important about Uber is that it's making a great continuation pattern here. That's a nice little J hook, kind of a bigger J hook compared to that J hook right there. That's a beautiful chart. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So let's look here. I actually don't see any reason why we can't come up and challenge 51. We go from 51, probably this junky area right up in here. Look at 56, something like that. So there's some, I think, reasonable targets on that. Yeah, there's a capital J. There's a little j. You're right, Jim. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me here for this little bit in the morning. I'll be back at the bottom of the hour. Market opens up. Be sharp today. A lot of news is going to get tossed around this week. Think profits, okay? We'll see everybody. Take care. Thanks.